opening comment.
I thought today's game was really good for our young guys, with having 5 freshmen, 3 sophomores. We were very grateful that Hugs decided to play us. Hopefully they got something out of it. I know we did. You know, the game's going to be really called differently. I think you guys all saw that. Anytime you drive the ball, you know, there's going to be fouls called. But it was a great experience for our kids, our community, and now we can go back to our schedule and get ready for this weekend. Questions?
Jared, the amount of fouls. I mean, there's
we're
really
going-
no rhythm to the game whatsoever. You had 5 kids foul out, 40 fouls.
Yeah, they shot 54 free throws, and I kept wearing Doug's sermon out, and he said, we got to coach them better. So we're going to have to go back and watch the tape and definitely play some zone. And I was shocked the amount of fouls were called, but you know, all these new rules, so they got to call them. And anytime you're playing a more physical team, they're going to drive you, and our guys are going to put your hands on people. But I think it'll be interesting to see what happens in the Big 12 because it's such great athletes and physicality. That's where you know. I think that you'll see a difference at that. Hopefully they won't call those.
You guys hung with them early. I thought Stevie Brown, and really for the most part the whole game, played. He's the one kid I thought that consistently throughout, you know, stepped up and played at their level.
Yeah, Stevie competes. He's your typical West Virginia kid, under-recruited, tough, hard-nosed. You know, we thought as a staff we could play with him for a while. You know, and I think we did that. But all those fouls really got us out of rhythm. Brendan Cooper was not very good. Keyshawn wasn't himself. You know, if you're going to try to pull an upset or keep it really close, your upperclassmen got to play a little bit better. But it was good for these freshmen. You know, Caleb Davis, I think, had 13 points. You know, he competed against Jawan Staten and those guys. And, you know, it was a fun experience for me, you know, being with Hugs for all these years, recruiting Terry Henderson and spending time with Gary and Wani. You know, I want these guys to get this thing back, you know, as much as everybody does here. So, you know, hopefully we gave them something, you know, they can look at the film and they'll be ready to go on Friday.
Jared, evaluate West Virginia for us. What did you see out of them that you thought was good? What do you think Hugs is going to have to stress to them?
I thought Nate Adrian was a lot better than I thought. I've been hearing that, you know, we're only 20 minutes away. I thought they passed the ball pretty well. I thought their chemistry was good. Obviously, they got to get Terry healthy. They got to get Remy healthy. And, you know, obviously losing Holton and Elijah really hurts them. You know, they don't have a whole lot of depth. So these new fouls are going to be crucial, I think, to West Virginia's success to make sure those guys stay out of foul trouble. But I tell you, I like their attitude. I think these kids are definitely on the same page. You know, we watched probably 3 or 4 tapes from last year. You could tell team wasn't on the same page. I thought their bench was into the game. Their kids were, you know, they like each other. And I think they're, you know, more coachable this year.
We're talking about your team. What do you have to do the rest of this week to get ready for that?
We're off tomorrow because you got to take a day off, Cliff. But then we'll go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We have a very good Bowie State team coming to Fairmont. They play Duke and also George Washington. We open up with them Saturday in the Joe Retton Classic, and then we play Sunday against Virginia State. So our schedule is very difficult. You know, this game helped us. We got 2 there. We've got Bellarmine, which took Cincinnati, lost to Cincinnati by 10. Later in the year, we got West Liberty. So for a young basketball team, this was a great experience. You know, I got a bunch of young guys that were playing high school basketball last year. Now they're playing the state's team, and you know, I'm sure that it'll be an experience to always remember.
Do you think the new rules will greatly affect all the college basketball?
I think every level. You know, I flew down to see Duke versus Bowie State last week, and it was the same thing. It was a foul fest. You know, Coach K was on the court, ranting and raving, and then the next thing you know, there was 9 calls in a row, kind of like tonight with Hugs, with those guys. But that's why we had to play zone, and then they started making shots. You know, you just got to pick your poison with those guys. But I don't know. I think you're going to see a lot more zone. You know, you keep reading all that, but it's crazy. I definitely don't like it. You got to put like a help side defense in or something like the NBA has where you can't help and make it a one-on-one game. There was 3 possessions where my guys literally fell down and they called a foul. You know, it was like almost comical, but I guess that's how they got to call it.
Any other questions for Coach Calhoun? Thank you, Coach.
All right.